Here's Brody Brazil.
Okay, 10 facts about yours truly. And whether you watch some of the shows I host on television or you follow me on a different social platform or obviously you're here now on the YouTube channel, which I greatly appreciate, you might think that over all the years, we've got to know each other pretty well. And that might be true to some extent, but I really want to open up the door. I want to share 10 things you likely did not know about me. These are very random, and individually they may not give you a sense, but when you put them all together, it might paint a bigger picture of this guy. So let's begin with this. I only listen to books. Now, what am I saying here? That I can't read? No, that's not true. Am I saying that I don't read? That's not true either. It's just my preference, and the best way that I consume textual material is to have it go through my ears. There's something about reading, and especially a fictional book, something that's not educational. I start to read, and I'll get halfway down a page, and my brain detaches from my eyes and goes somewhere else. Is it a comprehension thing? Is it an attention thing? I'm just not able to completely stick with the page, stick with the story, focus on it, even if it's a really riveting book or something I'm into or a topic that I'm into. I have a really hard time paying attention. Now, the flip side is that if I hear something, and this applies also to a podcast or a video that I'm also listening to, I remember almost everything, and I can tune in for a long duration. It's almost like I can remember word for word something that was said. So if it's being read out of a book, my comprehension goes way up if I'm listening to this book rather than reading it myself. And I also want to say, too, that when I only listen to books, if that's how I'm saying it, part of it is that I'm driving in the car. That's a great time for me to consume a book. If I'm going to bed at night, those 20 minutes while I'm trying to wind down, it's a great time to listen to a book. It's just, I don't know that I necessarily, at my stage of life, have a bunch of free time to sit down hours on end and complete a book, start to finish. So, I've always been that way. Just nothing against reading. I like to hear it. I love audiobooks. Oh, this is a big one. I have not had meat since 2018. Not a vegan, but a vegetarian. And this is actually the second time in my life that I've gone multiple years without eating meat. I'm not trying to push anything on you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I've done. And it wasn't even an intentional choice. Kind of edged into this with my family. Oh, let's not cook meat. We'll go out to dinner and we'll order meat there. But all of a sudden, next thing you know, we're going out to dinner and it's just the preference isn't there. For me, I've lost the preference for it. And I'm somebody who I used to love a sausage or a hamburger or a steak or prime rib. But now it just seems, again, this is personal, it just seems less appetizing to me. And I found other options, and people will say, how do you do it? Is it difficult? How do you go to a restaurant and eat? They're living here in California, it's very sustainable to not eat meat and go out and enjoy places and substitutes and things that are out there. Is it a health thing? Yeah, maybe. I tell you what, I don't know that I've had like the meat sweats for a long time, obviously. So I don't at this point, what are we talking, 4 years in? I don't see it changing anytime soon. The prior time that I did this was for maybe a year and a half or two when I was in middle school. And then I went right back to eating meat. So I understand that nothing's impossible. I'm just saying that here and now, I have really no urge to change. What's next? Oh, speaking of eating, I use a fork, left-handed. I do everything else right-handed. You want me to sign my name? You want me to shoot a basketball? You want me to swing a bat? You want me to, take a shot with a hockey stick? Everything's right-handed. I'm very, very right-hand dominant. But why would I use a fork left-handed? Maybe it's because I felt like when I was learning the knife belonged in the right hand, but honestly, and where it comes into play is a lot of times if I'm at dinner with somebody, right, and they're right-handed, so they're using this arm and they're sitting over here, and I'm left-handed, we're bumping elbows because I'm doing this and they're bumping. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's usually eating with their right, so everybody's all, to this direction with the elbows, but I'm the other way. So I don't really know what that's all about. I actually think in some ways I might naturally be left-handed. But I was maybe coached into being right-handed with things, and I don't want to be left-handed. Writing, like in smearing that ink across your hand as you scribble, I don't want that. I really don't. But I can't explain why. I don't even think about it consciously. Pick up a fork, pick up a spoon, have some cereal, all left-handed. Yeah, kind of crazy. That was a simple one. My name is not fake. As much as I've been questioned, maybe even criticized over the years, you have the name of an entertainer, it's been said. What kind of entertainer? It's not fake. And what is amazing about me being in this business, broadcasting, media, sports, there's a lot of people who are using a name that's not actually theirs from birth. There's a lot of people who are changing their name, altering their name, going with something completely different because it sounds better or it fits their image or what they're trying to do. It's amazing. So of all the people in the business who are actually using their real name, it's the guy who has a fake sounding name who's using his real name. I think I've shown pictures of like my birth certificate. I've blurred out all the sensitive information, but I think I've shared that on social before. So it's out there. I once put up a picture of my driver's license with, all the address and everything else blurred out. And somebody said, well, yeah, you could have changed your name though. And this is your new name with the driver's license to go along with it. I'm like, who would go that far? I mean, some people do. Just not me. But my name is truly my name. I don't know what else to tell you. So keep running with it if you think it's not real, but it is. And by the way, my name is Brody. Was born a boy. If I were born a girl, my parents were ready to name me Haley. What an 80s thing, huh? What a 1980 into 81 thing that was. Haley. Was it because of Halley's Comet? And by the way, my parents eventually ended up getting a dog. She's named Haley because they never had the girl. So now they have the girl dog. She's Haley. Just thought I'd share. I don't know how that's going to help you get to know me any better. Here's a fact for you. I've worked in television for more than half my life now, and that crept up on me. No lie. I think my first paycheck was from the year 1999, working in television. As soon as I was out of high school, got a couple like freelance jobs, opportunities, and then my first semester of college, I worked for a TV station, shooting, editing, and reporting on high school sports games. So I was, 18? Driving around the company car, carrying the, 40-pound, 30-pound Betacam television camera, coming back to the studio using, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars worth of editing and tape equipment and lighting and studio stuff. But that was turn of the century. Here we are in 2022, and minus the 1 year, there was 1 year, 2008, when my previous job ended December of 2007, and the current job I'm in now started in February of 2009. So the entire year of 2008, I actually got into a totally different industry, flight instructing. But it's crazy to think that at 41 years of age, I've been in television for at least 21 years of my life. So I kind of get the chills letting that one sink in for a second. All right, what's next here? Oh, I'm terrible at golf, by the way, but I once bowled a 286. Castro Village Bowl, somewhere in the mid-2000s. I don't know what year it was. I was all by myself, too, so I was just practicing one day. Stopped by the lanes on the way home or something, and just, whatever. Just play a couple games. I think I got to, would it be 10 strikes in a row? And then the 11th one, I think I bowled an 8. And I was so flustered and everybody started watching. 4 strikes, 5 strikes, 6, 7, 8 strikes, 9 strikes, 10 strikes in a row. Can you get a 300 right here? An 8. And it was a split too. It was like a 7-10 split, or maybe it was easier than that, and I should have picked up at least 1 pin. I didn't hit anything on the final ball. So I think that adds up. Check me if I'm wrong there, but I think that's a 286. And for many years I had this scorecard from a dot matrix printer that they still had. I had them print out the scorecard because I had no other way of capturing it. I don't think my phone back then had a camera on it, so I couldn't take a picture of the scoring screen. I had no way to remember it other than, hey, can you guys print something out for me? A 286. So yes, to this day, I have my own ball, my own shoes, special, oil rag that I use. Yeah, I like bowling. It's been a while. It's been a couple years actually since I've last bowled, but it's one of those things I could pick up in just a couple games, get right back into it, get the form. There might even be a bowling video here of mine on YouTube, but I love bowling. I don't even know what number we're on here. Oh, but I know this is next. Okay. I can move my ears. I'm going to take my headphones off here. You ready for this? All right. Watch closely. Just watch my ears. It's going to be subtle. I want to warn you, but watch this. You can see that, right? Can you do that? Try. You're going to try. Just go ahead. Try it. No, I know what, or maybe you can't do that. I'm not sure even if people thought about the fact that, should I try that? Is it genetic? Is it hereditary? I don't, same way some people can curl their tongue or roll their tongue over. I can move my ears. Creepy, isn't it? What do we got next? Oh, okay. So I told you before, I'm a pilot. In fact, I'm a commercial pilot. I'm also a flight instructor. But I'm terrified of heights. Now, it's not just any heights, because when I'm in an airplane, we could be at 32,000 feet. No problem. Doesn't even cross my mind, the fact that I'm freaked out or, having a moment. But if I stand on the ledge of even a 7-story building, like ours at work, we have a roof deck, and I kind of take a peek. Whoa, I'm going to stay far away from that ledge. I get creeped out when other people get too close to the ledge. There's something about that human-made heights, right? If it's a building or even, I guess, standing on, the ledge of maybe a cliff or something. Something about being in a plane, maybe it's the weight of the seat and I'm encapsulated in something, or there's wings carrying us, but something about being unrestrained close to an edge. I'm terrified of heights. I'm also the kind of person, though, if we go to a new city and there's a tower, big building with an observation deck, I like to go up there and see the view. But I also like to take one peek over the ledge and go, okay, that's enough. I'm going to stand 10 feet back now. I don't like heights. I never have. And I get that weird chill, like the foot to head chill, like, whoa, that one? Yeah, you know that one. I definitely get that one. All right, where are we at here? Oh, I think this is the last one, because this is going to put me to bed. I am a serial side sleeper. And I'm sure that I've fallen asleep on my face on the pillow before, probably drunk, or on my back. It was comfortable, or I just was that tired. But I would say 99.9% of the time, I'm either right ear on the pillow or left ear on the pillow. And I know what I do all night long. I just rotate from one side to the next, because I think the weight, if your blood circulates differently, gravity pushes it to one side. And I think that's why all night long I'm like, all right, flip. And I know I wake up and I flip to the other side. Put a pillow actually between my legs. That's a life hack, by the way. Put a pillow between your legs. I have a special one. It keeps your spine straighter for side sleepers, right? But even if I'm laying on the couch, I can't, and don't get me wrong, can I fall asleep sitting down like in an airplane seat? Of course, I've done it. I have to do it. No choice. It's not impossible. It's just that if I have the choice, and I'm going to fall asleep, I'm going to do it on my side. I'm a serial side sleeper. Okay, I just shared a lot of random things with you. Can you put them all together to make sense of who this guy is? Maybe you don't like me anymore. But anyway, I wanted to share those things. Let me know in the comments. Are you the same on some? Is there anything else you'd like to know that I could answer for you? I'm just trying to bridge the gap here. Get to know each other just a little bit better.